new publication, Bluecoat Press. And now, as we're in the middle of the FA Cup and football fever at the minute, Que Sera is the new publication by Bluecoat Press, and I'm happy to say that I got mine today, and I'm excited about looking at it. Let's see if I can get it out. There you go, that looks a beaut. Que Sera, whatever will be. I'm sure you've heard that chant on the terraces or when you've watched football matches. It's a very well-known chant, and this book's by Joseph Fox and Orlando Gili. It's, like I said, published by Bluecoat Press. It's literally published as I am getting this out of the bag, really. It's just come out, 105 or 6 pages. It was kickstarted, and I'm pleased that I've got a copy of it. It's about the FA Cup. It's about the beginning stages of the grassroots level and in the pyramid system of the FA Cup, starting at the very beginning with the non-league clubs, the local sides, anybody and team which is associated with the FA, and right up to the Wembley final. I think it's trying to capture the spirit, the coming together of people, clubs, everything, football, and showing that there is still passion, especially early on in the FA Cup with the smaller teams, and that, you know, it's a money route for these guys. If you can get a good FA Cup run, you're going to pay for, you know, your new stand being built or the electrics in your clubhouse or whatever. So I haven't opened this. I got it on Kickstarter, but I've not even looked at it. So it's new to me. So I'm going to try my best to sort of decipher it, look at some of the pictures, give an insight into it. I am not going to show you all of it. I'm going to show you about half of it. I think you should get on Bluecoat Press's website and buy it. So what I'm guessing here, that this is, I presume, some of the games that they've covered, and they've gone from extra preliminary rounds, second qualifying rounds, third qualifying rounds, fourth qualifying rounds, to the first round. Look at how many rounds they have to go through to get through to the first round, and then right up to third, right up to the final, which was Chelsea, Arsenal, and this was all shot in the season 16-17. So let's have a look at it. It's signed, fantastic. Joseph and Orlando, established photographers. So let's have a look. In fact, I'll zoom down a bit. I've got to change the lighting today, and because it's getting darker outside, I normally rely on available light to do these, but I'm finding it very increasingly difficult day by day to do these because of the light. I don't seem to have the right amount of time in the day to get it just right where I can get the light. Normally, when I was doing these a few months ago, it was sort of late summer light, and it was light till about 5-6 o'clock, so I was able to do it. So I've slowed down a little bit, basically down to the light, and I need to organise another little system and get another little system in place with better lighting and more controlled lighting, so I can do more of these. So forward by Hadel Codine, and what's this? Scan the QR code. Scan the QR code or visit our SoundCloud page to listen to the audio. Brilliant. So here's the SoundCloud link there. I will try and put that SoundCloud. In fact, no, I'm not. You're going to have to buy this. You're going to have to buy that to put it in. Or you're going to have to stop it on there and have a good look. So this is the journey. So this was the preliminary rounds right through to the final, blah, 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 what they did. I love that. Isn't that great? What a great shot to start with. That's lovely. Good documentary photography. Nice start to the book. This was the opening FA Cup round played early August. London Tigers play Sun Sports. Wow. Sun Sports player relaxes with friends after the extra preliminary match ends in a draw. So many dreams, isn't there, playing in the FA Cup, and it must be amazing. I played Sunday football pretty badly, and this would have just been an amazing achievement to even get involved with something like this. What I'm going to do is I'm cutting off half the book, as you can see. So I'm going to look, from now on, I'm just going to look at the right side. I'm going to leave the left side for you to imagine, and then you can go out and buy it. And plus the lighting is a bit directional and it's coming this way and I'm getting a bit of shadow. So there we are. London Tigers fan captures the action. London Tigers and Sun Sports. They're really nice observational shots. You can see it's the height of summer. FA Cup ground hoppers. Oh, look at that. It's gorgeous. I'm going to bring this down a bit. Really appreciate. This is lovely. What I like that, at the minute, I haven't saw any notification anywhere who shot it. So it could be either one of the boys who shot this. And I think that's nice. Maybe later on there's a plate description of who shot what. Maybe there's not. I'll put that in there. And that is London Tigers again. Sun Sports. Was this the replay? Sun Sports fans gathers. Changing room for Spartan South Midlands. I'm pleased somebody's done this. It's nice that I've seen other people doing it. I think John Bulletin did a really good piece on the local teams around his area, and it was lovely. It was black and white. It was very nice. I covered that in an earlier camera video, and I think it was really nice. This is a bit of a vertical, so I'm going to go straight onto the horizontal. It does show the sparseness and the geographics of where the grounds are, doesn't it? And it gives you that emptiness, and you know, there's a big pitch there, but there's nothing there, and it just shows that you don't have to have a 60,000 seater stadium for people to live their lives, to become to at the end of the week do a linesman job or put your strip on and go and play for your local team. And it's amazing that we forget very quickly that football runs right through our community and plays an important part in our society, but we do tend to focus a lot of things on the big Premiership sides and stuff like that. This is seating designated for the away club officials at Farm Park Hayes, a ground which I've actually been to. I think it's a really nice book. I'm just going to jump that up there. So we've got some double pages here. So we're bleeding off into the gutter and we're doing that. And I like that. I like that technique. I've done that myself. And I think it's an interesting way of showing the full picture. Obviously, if it was bigger, the linesman's going to go in the gutter and you would get that there, over there. So I think it's nice. I think it's nice to break it up. And I like the fact that they've broken it up with the landscape is full to the gutter and the slug as possible, and not just little tiny pictures on there, and then they've done the full page. It's lovely. That's Egham Town, and that's the Runnymede Stadium. Sorry, I'm going to jump back down. There's a bit of fandom there. St Albans City fans, club colours during the third qualifying round. So we're not even in the latter stages yet. Still the summer, you can see it. Nicely shot, good depth of field. You know, it's nice that he's concentrated on that and knocked out to about 5-6 depth of field. I have a feeling it's shot on medium format. I might be wrong, absolutely totally wrong. It's got a nice quality about it, an observational quality, that it could be something like a 5.4. I've read nowhere to question that. It could be a digital 4:3 format as well. If Orlando or Joseph want to put that in the comments box, I would love to find out what it was actually shot on digital or film. It's a really nice portrait, isn't it? Look at that. That's very nice. And this is Jonathan Albans raffle ticket seller. What a lovely portrait. Some nice stuff in here, boys. I think this is definitely a really nice present for somebody, especially if you're a football fan. You know, get it for your kids. You know, get it for your son and daughter who are football fans, and showing them that, you know, there's a real love of lower league football, and there's always a chance that you can get a good cup run, you know, and get them inspired to support our local teams as well. It's all about community, isn't it? It's all about coming together, community spirit, few beers, you know, celebrating a community and a coming together of friends, I guess, you know. Again, that nice use of depth of field, nicely lit, good use of available light. This is Clarence Park Turnstile. I presume it's St Albans City. This is a first round. York Road East End at Clarence Park. So this is, you can see the crowds now are getting bigger. This is first round stuff. Carlisle supporter there. Just jump that up a little bit. There's some really lovely observed photographs in here, and then we've got that big shot again, which I like. I love pictures what are big. I've got a thing about big pictures in a book. Even if that was full bleed there and it was guttering, it went into the gutter, I wouldn't mind. It just really brings you closer sometimes to what's going on. And we've got, again, we've got these lovely observed portraits. I think there's this sort of passiveness about this. There's a quietness about it. There is a quietness about it all, even though football's associated with noise and sweat and blood and tears and stuff. There's a real element of quietness. I'm going to actually show you a shot on the left here because I love it. I love observational photography like this. I like this. I always look for stuff like this when I'm going out. This is at Barrow City, but this is really good. I'm really into this sort of observational stuff as well. I think that Adidas trainers, I think it's a really nice observational piece that, sometimes you don't always have to look at the person. You can look what's going on below and look down below. There's always stuff going on. I think John Angerson, I mentioned in one of my books, does that a lot. He's looking beyond what is going on in front of him. He's looking at the ground a lot. He's looking at how shadows work. He's looking at all sorts of things and how things are connected with the trainers. There's tons of connections. You've just got to find them. Barrow fans at the Ray Wilkins Populist Side Stand in Hawker Street. Looks like it's getting out into winter now. Exactly what it's like outside now. Exactly why I'm having such trouble with this. Fan bus. Father and son discuss weekend's fixtures at the M6 Rochdale second round match at Bolton Park, Carlisle. Isn't that lovely? Definitely got a 5-4 feel to it, but I do feel there's a digital, and I'm sure it's digital. I hope I'm wrong. I hope this is 5-4. It probably isn't with the situation, but it could be a medium format, actually. I think it's something, but if it's shot in digital, you've done a good job. A really good job. So the nice quality about this. In fact, I'm actually intrigued to know what you guys shot this on. I think it's a nicely observed piece. We're building up now. Look at the crowds. Yeah, we get that a lot. There's always one, isn't there? This is the Huddersfield fan. That's a Man City faithful, know exactly what he thinks. Another double pager. I'm going to keep it there because I look at the mood and the light. It's gorgeous, and that's leaving the Kirkley Stadium after 0-0 draw with Man City. And that's a Man City supporter leaving. Oh, look at that. That's nice. And there we are now. Middlesbrough quarter-final. And I bet there's a lot of supporters here went to see a lot of the non-league and lower leagues play, and they're coming to these games as well because they will be supporting more local sides as well. And it's a journey for a lot of people. It's a journey for the supporters. All the teams which will be playing will be watching this. It's a real coming together in a tradition of British football, and football gets slagged off a lot, and that's great. What's that? Sort of Wembley Park tube station for the final. And football gets a lot of bad press sometimes with the money footballers and stuff, but it just doesn't seem to deter everybody turning out to want to get to this stage. And it's amazing. Arsenal, Man City. And I guess when you're playing in these divisions, like in this sort of FA Cup rounds, there's always a chance you get spotted. You get through further rounds, you get into the first, second round. And you're almost like a market stall for yourself, and that's great. Got the Arsenal boys there. A lovely shot again, Arsenal supporters. And this one is Chelsea. A nice one. Go to Chelsea supporters. I think you guys have done a good job. A nice bit of observational stuff with Oscar and Terry. I think you guys have done a really nice job of this, and I think I've left a lot out. I think you should go and buy it. I think just to support this sort of work, you know, and just to show your appreciation that somebody's gone out to get this information to show you and to give you a good insight into what's going on with football in the grassroots level. But support this because it's a photography project. It's good as a reference guide if you're thinking of doing a photography project. You know, these guys have added portraiture, establishing shots, and different times of day shots. They've used different apertures, they've used different depth of fields, they've used different perspectives, different point of views, they've looked at both sides of the fence, they've looked at different locations, and that's all the ingredients into making a great story and a great photo story. And if you are thinking about maybe going out there and trying to do it yourself, buy this, educate yourself. This is what these little sessions are for. I want people to look at this, support this, and get inspired to get out and do it. And if you do it, get out and send me a zine or send me a book and I'll review it on here. So I think debris from the trophy presentation litters the Wembley turf. I think that's a great way to finish it. I think this is a great book. I think we need to support it. Joseph and Orlando. Well done. Thank you.